Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another episode of Battle Bites here in World of Tanks, and today I'm covering the Toy Tank Holiday Mode for 2016. So this is a rehash of the Holiday Mode, the Toy Tanks that we had last year for 2015's holiday season. And so I have a full video that I did back then that covered the tank in extreme detail, strengths and weaknesses and equipment, lots of gameplay, lots of discussion. So rather than rehash all that, because 99% of the mode is the same, I will put a link to that video in the description, and I'll also, I think, on the end card be able to select that video for you to view as well. If you want detail, I suggest you go there. Instead, what I'm going to do here is go through the armor profile of the tank very quickly, because we did get the new armor profile viewer in the console mode, and then in addition, there is one change to the mode, and that's power-up pickups from dead tanks. Any tank that gets killed drops a present. You can run into the present, pick it up, and it boosts the stats of your tank for the rest of that game. So I do have one gameplay where I'll kind of talk about that in detail as well. So here we are in the armor viewer, and basically what we have here is, keep in mind that everyone's driving the same tank. There's only one type of ammunition, no premium ammo. The penetration, average penetration on the ammunition for the toy tank is 135. And as you can see from the various armor sections that are available here in the armor viewer, none of the thickness of the armor gets up to that level. I think the top level is, 71 to 90, right? So max thickness of any piece of armor on this tank that it could be is 90 millimeters. And it actually looks like it's probably 80 from the 15 to 80 overall armor profile on the left side of the screen there. So you're never going to be able to rely on a thick part of your armor to bounce a shot, but you can angle your tank. So if you're on defense, think about the angle for your tank. You have that front plate, the mid plate there is angled very nicely. If they hit that, they're probably going to bounce. You can certainly put your tank at a 45-degree angle, give them the side of the tank, and increase your chance of bouncing. So you can use angles to try and create ricochets. You're not really going to be able to just rely on the thickness of the armor. And in addition, I would suggest, rather than relying on the armor, rely on the mobility of your tank. The darts and their travel speed is very, very slow. If you're sniping across the map at somebody, you'll see the dart coming. You can pull back, get out of the way, and then come up and take your next shot. So armor thickness, don't rely on. Use your angles and also use your mobility to dodge or prevent damage from incoming enemy shot. So here we are in a replay in the toy tank mode, and yes, it's the same map as last year. Yes, I did have a comment last year about the color of the icons on the minimap, the green and red tanks blending in with the green and red color of the map and the minimap, and actually got a response from Raybot saying that they were submitting a ticket and looking into fixing that for next year. So here's hoping we can get some nice differently colored icons on the map. So the goal here is to protect your tank and stick close to your allies, because if they die, they're going to drop a present, and anybody can pick it up. There's no restriction on if an ally tank dies, only an enemy can pick up the present. So two tanks driving together and one getting killed just makes the second one that's left more powerful. So if you can protect your hit points and collect two pickups, you're going to become a force very quickly. The pickups can either increase your horsepower, or they can increase your reload speed, or they can give you health. I think that's it. There might be one more that I'm forgetting. But imagine if you're twice as fast or 50% faster than the enemy tanks, or you're reloading twice as fast, you very quickly can engage in a one-on-one situation where the other guy just has no chance. It takes these tanks that are identical and balanced and makes them very unbalanced very quickly. And you'll see that here. I'm fortunate enough to pick up a couple of presents early on in the match. And even though the scores are even here, 3-3, it quickly gets out of hand because my tank is just more powerful than those that I'm going up against. And you can see that the tide of the battle will start to change there. So that's my main advice. Also, keep in mind that you can dodge fire if you're in an early sniping match. Don't rely on the armor. Rely on the speed of your tank. You can outflank these tanks. You can outflank the darts. They have a slow travel time. And use that to your advantage. So, here we go again. One kind of tip: if you are brushing up against a tank as it dies, you rammed it or whatever, put your last shot into it, you will need to back away and then bump it again to pick up the present. You don't just get the present if you're in contact with the tank when it dies. After it's died and the present has popped up, you need to bump into the wreck of the enemy tank in order to get that present and to make your tank more powerful. So here you can see we've whittled the enemies down to a 3-on-1 situation. I think I've used my armor pretty effectively throughout the battle. I didn't take a lot of direct fire, but the times that I did, I was able to use my armor effectively, and you can see that we come away with a win. My tank was firing shots pretty quickly at the end there. We ended up 4 kills. I think it's a 7-on-7 battle, so that's pretty good. Over 2,000 damage. All of that is great. Unfortunately, the other problem is that this mode suffers from another problem identified last year, that there's not much incentive to play the mode. So it's fun, which is cool, it's interesting, it's novel, you know, aside from having played it last year, but it's been a full year. But the problem is there's no reward, there's no silver, there's no ops, there's nothing you're getting from this, with the exception of crew training. If you are trying to train a crew, man, this is the mode for you. Take advantage now. If you have any crew in a tank that are not at 100%, you just bought the tank, you didn't overtrain them, they're at 75%, your sixth sense isn't active, jump them into this tank, dismiss the crew that's in there, get rid of them, put your crew in here that you want, and go to town, because you can see 2,000 XP, or I'm sorry, 800 XP for this game goes to my crew, and the game took, what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and they're all like that. They're very fast. The XP is pretty good. It goes to your crew. It trains them very well. So if that's something that you're interested in, use this mode for that. The other thing that's going on right now in the regular mode, toy tank mode does not count for this, is the Naughty or Nice program, where on your first win of the day in a tank, which is your double, your daily double, you also get a present from Wargaming. It can be a Naughty, it can be Nice. If it's Nice, there's some pretty good ones in there. There's premium consumables. I think there's a big silver one that you can get. So play through your doubles. It's a good opportunity to do that. If you're grinding anyway, play those doubles each day that you can and get your Naughty or Nice present. And even the Naughty one, the first Naughty present you get, gives you a medal, the lump of coal medal. So so it's a pretty neat event as well. So play the toy tanks if you're looking for fun or crew training. Make sure you play your daily doubles if you're looking for premium consumables, silver, anything like that. So that's going to wrap up this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you're enjoying toy tank mode and your holiday break. And I'm sure it's been overdue that there'll be another premium tank grind coming up at some point in the future, or maybe some check tanks or something else. But whatever it is, be sure to tune in to Meat City Gaming. We will be covering it when it happens. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.